as we see exactly how he was able to get past Chad Phelps. Rob, congratulations on the win here at SUPRSNationals and the ESS Championship. A good run for you out there tonight. How were you able to get by Chad Phelps? Looked like he had a real good race car.
Wow, what a race. Yeah, Chad, I sent a setup to Chad because he looked like he was struggling in the heat races. And yeah, he wasn't struggling in the feature. I don't know if he used my setup or not, but thing looked great. Yeah, and we had a rough race. I mean, it was fun though. Sorry, trying to save setups at the same time. He was getting into turn one a little hot, pushing up a little bit, and coming up a little high. And I really did a bonsai move in turn three to get him. Wicked sorry for Nelco, man. He he gave me a message, computer screen going crazy, done for the night. That's a bummer. Nelco was running second, and he come off turn two. Man, that car got sideways. I slammed on the brakes, tried to give him room to save it, but I couldn't. He come across the front bumper of me, hit the outside wall and everything, and I got underneath him and cleared him. But man, I thought I was going to be part of that wreck early in the race. And then we got the restart. I had some right front damage on the wing, and right front damage and nose wing damage. And I'm like, oh boy, let's see. I've got a push and setup. Let's see how bad this thing pushes. And it did. It pushed a little bit worse, but I mean, I could drop the hammer about, the first light pole past the third turn guy, Flagger, and just ride it all the way down the straightaway. It's a fun race, and man, Chad, that was a good time. The little bit we got to race together. It was a good race, man. Car's a rocket with the wing on it. And I feel bad for all the guys that had some rough races. Real quick, thanks to KT for all the work he's doing. Thank you, Bob, for everything you're doing, and every member that's in here to make this race what it is. That was a lot of fun.
Rocket Rob Warren, your winner of SUPRSNationals in your 2017-18 Empire State Super Series champion. Second place out there, Chad Phelps. Chad, you had a heck of a race going out there, buddy. A good run for you. Led some of the race. Battled in second with several different drivers out there. How do you feel about coming into SUPRSNationals and picking this one up after almost being the third straight Disturbed Motorsports driver to win this race in 3 years?
Yeah, it feels good. I got to thank teammates and Rob for sure. Didn't really get much practice in here. Pretty busy with my own stuff, but it feels good just to be there. I had nothing for Rob. Rob was pretty much in a league of his own. For me, I just watch him get smaller and smaller away from me. But I made some mistakes, and but that's I just don't have enough laps. Really, I got to get some practice in. But I wish my teammates are right behind me or right battling me. But all in all, it's a good podium finish, and I'm happy with it. And we'll move on to the next one and see how we do.
Well, good job out there tonight, Chad. The X car, sponsored by Hahn Welding Supply, looked pretty daggum fast out there. 55 of Steve Callahan had his hands full, including at the end of the race when his teammate gave him a love tap. Steve, that was like the icings on top right there. Move of the race, I think. You coming home in third, though, has to feel like a victory. What was the most, shall we say, nerve-wracking part of that race, because you were surrounded by accidents at some point or another, or sketchy moments out there where you could have been collected?
Yeah, I don't know how I made through a couple of them, but congrats to Rob on another one. That's awesome. And Chad, congrats to you. You ran an awesome race. The car was okay, but I got a little bit of damage. We kind of got checked up a little bit, and I got hit from behind and damaged the rear wing a little. And after that, the car was just on ice. Like I lost all my side force or something. But and then just trying to hold on. And at the end there, we came up on Carl trying to lap him, and we all thought he was going to go one way, and he went the other way, I think is what happened. We all guessed wrong at the same time, but, was able to get checked up good enough to miss that, but that was pretty exciting. But yeah, it's a good run, all in all. Good start to the week. Hopefully we can keep it going. But, I just want to thank all you guys for everything you do. Icing's on top. First to finish servers, Breeze Graphics, and just Supers, all the hard work you guys do. It's awesome to put this thing on every year.
City Steve Callahan in third place. Let's see if we can get a quick word with Derrick Backus here as he was involved in the big crash coming out of turn 4. Derrick, first of all, how frustrated are you? It looked like you had a good race car out there, but how frustrated are you, and what exactly happened that set up that big crash in turn 4?
Yeah, I'm not really frustrated. I'm more upset for Kyle. Carl, we all went to go around the back stretch, and Kyle slipped by me. It was a good move. I went back down, and then they all kind of still were recovering, it looked to me, in 3 and 4 and jumbled up. And we all went up the corner, and next thing I know, I was into the pile and spun around. So it seemed to me like I got it from behind pretty hard. I'd have to watch the replay. That's all I know.
Well, it was a tough one out there for a couple of the Disturbed Motorsports guys, but Chad Phelps coming home in second helps ease the wounds. Well, folks, that's it here for tonight from Oswego Speedway, but don't go anywhere. Tomorrow night, we'll be back at the same time at 9 o'clock, and you can enjoy some more Super Modified Sim Racing. It's Super's Topless 200 pole night as two drivers will be locked into the front row, and they'll run for the pole of the 14th annual Topless 200. And everybody else will go to the heat races or the B main. And you can join us for that exciting broadcast tomorrow night at 9 o'clock here on Supers Live. If you've been enjoying the show, please hit that follow button on Twitch if you're on Twitch. We'd love to have you follow us, help us work towards our affiliate program with Twitch so that we can bring you more exciting content here on Supers Live. If you've been watching on the Supers Live page on supers.net, thank you as well. Glad you could join us, and hope that you will be back tomorrow night for Super's Topless 200 pole night at Oswego Speedway. Well, once again, folks, before we let everybody go, we want to remember the Donnie Large senior family. Donnie Large losing his life this last weekend while leading the feature at Madera Speedway. Family believes it was a heart attack that caused him to lose consciousness and then crash at Madera. So our prayers from Supers, all the members, are with Donnie's family, and we hope that all of you will take a moment to think about that family and their loss. So until tomorrow night, this was for Donnie, and we know that he's keeping it wing side up and wheels to the ground and the big racetrack in the sky.